Wow, who is she? Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? We don't know. We don't know who she is. She's so mysterious. I know. I look different. I have a different background. Things are different. We're here to give just a little bit of an update on life and just some stuff in general. And things have kind of changed for me. Like my life looks way different now. I live in a different city, dyed my hair. Along with all of these changes, I'm still kind of in this transition phase where basically every single day of my life, I'm like, what am I doing? Who am I? Who do I want to be? What is the bigger picture of life here? You know, just like typical like air sign qualities. And thank you to air signs for making this possible. And what I wanted to talk about very, very briefly is actively like choosing to make these changes in your life versus having these changes choose you, which is something that has been like a recurring theme in my life, is when you know that a change that you want to make, that you intuitively in the back of your head have been thinking about for a while, and it could be anything. It's like a choice that you know that you should intuitively make, but you put it off for so long and so long and so long, to the point that the universe is like, dude, like I'm just gonna make this change for you because you know this is what you need to do, and it's gonna be uncomfortable for you now, and it's gonna be worse for you now because you could have just done it the first time. Because change is a natural part of life. Like we have to change. If we're not changing, then we're really not growing, and you know, only things that are dead don't grow. And so with all of this change, there are oftentimes like these repercussions and these things that come along with making change, which is why I feel like so many of us have such a hard time making change, because a lot of times it feels like when you actively first make the change, you're taking one step forward and two steps back. And a lot of people don't realize that even though you are taking one step forward, two steps back, it's not like that forever. Like, yeah, you're still taking one step forward, you're still going forward, and you might be pushed back two steps now, but that's not your life forever. The thing is that the universe oftentimes has to get accumulated to this change that you're making. When you actively are the one that's like, you know what, I'm making this change now, the universe is like, whoa girl, whoa, hold on, she's doing it. And so the universe is like, all right, you're gonna get two steps back so that I can, you know, I can catch up and I can get ready, because I'm gonna catch you, baby. I'm gonna catch you when you're ready to fly into my arms. Versus when we don't make this change and we're just like sitting out here like, man, I really wanna do this thing, I really wanna, you know, apply for this job, or I really want to go back to school, or I really want to shoot my shot with this guy over here. And the universe will be like, wow, okay, you really want to, you've been really wanting to for about 6-7 months now, 8 months, a year, however long it is. So I'm going to force you to do it. And then it's like everything is so much harder at that time when you're forced to do it, because the universe is like forcing you. So therefore, you're feeling like you're pushed off a cliff. You're not ready. You're feeling like you're free falling. And the truth of the matter is that change usually, it always works itself out, but it's just smarter and easier and healthier for us to make the change ourselves. Because when we go with our gut and trust our intuition and do things that we know are good for us, we get rewarded in the long run. Trusting your intuition is like high key one of the best ways to strengthen your intuition. And not only that, it's high key one of the best ways to become magnetic, like as hell, like to magnetize everything towards you, because the universe is like, oh, so you trust that everything's gonna work out? I got you, baby. Let me show you that everything is actually gonna work out. And for me, this message has come up in my life, and I told you guys over and over and over and over and over again, because I'm one of those really, really, really hard-headed people that wants to constantly like tell myself, you know what, I have to wait until everything is perfect. I have to wait until I have this in my life, and I have this in my life, and I have this amount of money, or this car, or this job, or this relationship, or I have everything in order. And the thing about the world and the universe and humans in general, nothing is gonna be perfect. That is what life is supposed to be like. Like you're supposed, for one, you came here to have a human experience, which means that you came here for all of the little tiny imperfections. If you came here for a perfect life, then you came here to not grow and evolve. And if you choose to wait until everything is perfectly lined up for you, The universe is going to constantly be like throwing things in your face to reiterate the same messages over and over and over until finally the breaking point comes. And me personally, I just feel like I am at this point in my life where I'm like, I cannot afford to just keep being unhappy. I cannot afford to not do the things that I want to do, to not make choices that I want to make, to not make hard choices. And I heard this quote the other day that I wanted to share with you guys that I think is really, really important. And that quote is, if you choose to make easy decisions all your life, then you're going to live a hard life. But if you choose to make hard decisions, then you're going to have an easy life. And that's the thing about making these choices and choosing to change our life, is that sometimes we have to allow ourselves to crumble. We have to admit defeat. We have to admit that we're lying among the rubble that is our lives. But the foundation of something new is so much more worth it. It is so much more worth it to stand upon that new foundation than to be in the same old crusty, rusty, dusty house. And if you are right now like questioning if there's something that you want to do and you're not quite sure about it, if there's something in the back of your mind that you constantly keep thinking about, I want you to ask yourself right now, if I make the decision to change or to do this thing, will I feel better? Because it's not necessarily about making the change. How are you going to feel as soon as you make the change? Because obviously making a change is hard. Nothing that is worth doing ever comes super, 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 super easy in the first part. It never does. But does it feel good having been done? So afterwards, do you feel good? Do you feel accomplished? Do you feel happy and proud of yourself that you did that? Are you going to feel proud of yourself and happy and accomplished if you stayed where you are? Those are questions that I think that you should always ask yourself, because this phase of my life, this phase is called doing things that scare the hell out of me and doing them anyway, doing them fearlessly. And also, if you don't even try, then how are you going to know how it turns out? So that's really all I have to share with you guys. Just a quick little message, because I wanted to let you guys know that I'm still here. And I am still posting all the time. If you did resonate with this message, I would love it if you gave me a subscribe and maybe left a comment or like this video, shared it with your friends, whatever. But thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you guys again very soon. I love you. Bye.